Hello, welcome to another episode of the Cruise News You Can Use. Today's first story is a story of unwanted guests on a cruise ship. So a couple of days ago, passengers on the P&O Cruises ship Pacific Adventure were surprised by some unwelcome visitors. It seems that, speaking of unwelcome visitors, here's Ilya. It seems that the cruise ship, how can I put this, was infiltrated by a swarm of, come on, Ilya, a swarm of plague soldier beetles. They decided they wanted to, check out the cruise ship for a little while. They were found in crevices, furniture, drinking glasses, and unfortunately, one guest in the Byron Bay Club private retreat area was in a hot tub and noticed that they kept falling into the hot tub from the ceiling. So yeah, unfortunately, it was kind of a perfect storm. This is the time of year of that the beetles have a population surge, and the food and the light brought them on board the ship. The crew, has done what they can to remove them, but yeah, not exactly a fun addition to your cruise. And unfortunately, it's not really the cruise line's fault. All cruise ships and all cruise lines have, excuse me, pretty strict bug protocols that guidelines that they use to try to remove the bugs and prevent them from coming aboard. But unfortunately, this was unexpected. I hope the guests weren't. I hope it didn't ruin their cruise. I can understand if it did, but I hope the cruise line was able to take care of the problem. So next up, there's a couple, an Australian couple who has some personal history with Cunard Cruise Lines, and they've decided that this coming year in 2024, they are going to stay aboard every Cunard ship in the fleet, including a couple of retired ships. And I personally, I read this, I thought it was a pretty cool story. So this couple is going to start out sorry, lost my train of thought. So the first cruise, the Queen Elizabeth is doing a 14-night sailing from Melbourne back to Melbourne, and this couple is going to be aboard. That's going to start the year of the Cunard sailings, and then after that, they're going to journey to Long Beach, California, where the Queen Mary is permanently docked. She's retired, and she's been converted into a hotel. So they're going to fly from Melbourne over to Long Beach. They're going to stay in the Queen Mary for a couple of nights, and then after that, I believe in June, they're going to board the Queen Mary 2 for a transatlantic cruise. Then they're going to venture onto the Queen Anne for a 7-night sailing to the Norwegian fjords. Then they're going to do a 7-night Adriatic cruise on the Queen Victoria. And finally, they're going to fly over to Dubai, and they're going to stay in the Queen Elizabeth II, which is also retired and now been made into a hotel. So they wanted to do this grand adventure and stay on board every Cunard ship that's around. I thought that's pretty cool. Pretty good way to venture out and have an adventure. If you like the cruise news you can use that I put out there every weekday morning, hit that thumbs up, send me a comment, something you'd like me to talk about, or something you agree with or disagree with, and hit that subscribe button. Next up, the Princess Cruise sailing's been delayed a couple of hours because of an extra cleaning that they want to do. So the Grand Princess is supposed to depart, I believe it's today, actually. Originally, typical, like guests are allowed on board at 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. But because of the last cruise, there were elevated numbers of people who came down with a gastrointestinal illness. The cruise line decided to delay the next departure by a few hours. So instead of being able to board 11 or 12, 11 a.m. or 12 noon, guests are invited to join the ship starting after 3:30, and then I believe they're instead of departing at the normal like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., they're not going to depart until like 8 p.m. Because the crew is going to give the ship a top to bottom vigorous cleaning is how it's been described. And they're recommending that all the passengers on board take a little extra precautions and wash their hands more while they're on the ship, use sanitizer more, and do everything they can to keep their hands clean, and that way hopefully they won't contract the illness. And last up today, Royal Caribbean's Rhapsody of the Seas is headed to Latin America. So starting the winter 23-24 season for the Rhapsody is going to be they're going to be home ported in 3 different ports in Latin America: Cartagena, Colombia, Cologne, and Panama City, Panama. And they're going to be doing 7-night Caribbean itineraries mainly to the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. There will be some other stops here and there to mix things up, but they're going to be the onboard services and amenities on the ship are going to be geared towards the Latin American community more so than, say, the U.S. community. So if you're based in Colombia or Panama, good time to check out a beautiful ship. She's an older ship, but she's still beautiful.